StudyIQ IAS, अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Please. How do you pronounce your name? Prajanandan.
Prajanandan Giri.
Prajanandan. You don't use the word alphabet G.
No, sir. JNA.
Prajanandan.
Prajanandan. Prajanandan, you are already in Odisha
Administrative service.
Administrative Service. So, when did you join the service?
Sir, I joined in January 2023. So currently, I am posted as Deputy Collector
Deputy
for
Collector.
last 2 months.
So, how has been your experience?
It is good, sir. I am given charge of 2 sections, emergency section and our account section, sir.
You have done MSc, integrated course.
Integrated MSc for 5 years.
BSc, MSc for
Yes,
5 years. Huh?
Yes, sir.
What has been your specialization?
So
in
chemistry.
MSc? Which
Chemistry,
field of
particularly,
chemistry?
sir, organic chemistry.
Organic chemistry. I find that you have also contributed research papers in
Yes, sir. One paper.
scientific journals. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing research?
No,
PhD?
sir. During my MSc in last 2 years, we are attached to one lab, and there I did some research, and I got a second or third paper, sir.
Achha. But not PhD.
No, sir.
Your father is an engineer,
Yes, sir.
and your mother's profession is making fly ash bricks.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is the difference between fly ash bricks and the normal conventional bricks, clay brick?
Yes, sir.
Is there any difference in their
Like from
strength?
starting from their materials to their strength and fire resistance, as well as their price, there is much of difference. So in fly ash bricks, it is made of the fly ash that is produced from the thermal power plants, and it is less weight as well as more strength compared to clay bricks.
You see, the general perception is that people normally insist on a CBI inquiry if something goes wrong
Yes, sir.
in any state or at the center. They always insist on a CBI inquiry. When there are internal agencies like investigating bureaus are there in the various states, they don't ask for investigation by them, but they insist on CBI inquiry, CBI investigation. Why it is so?
Sir, it is sometimes they want some independent inquiry. Sometimes the party members of the ruling party of the state are involved. So in that case, they want some independent inquiry. So they want CBI inquiry. CBI is a central agency, and there is a much more trust in the central agencies than the state police forces because of the biasness. Sometimes the state police forces have towards.
But that bias could have come in the center also.
Yes, sir. If something from the sir, that possibility is there, but people have more trust on the central agencies.
You have opted geography as your optional paper.
Yes, sir.
Huh? What is the impact of climate change on geopolitics?
Yes, sir. Climate change have great importance in geopolitics today, as the countries are now divided as north and south. So the developed countries, their demands are different than the developing countries. So like India and China, they are together in this climate geopolitics now because of the similar kind of demands of them.
IFS is your second preference.
Yes,
Tell me, what is the role of Indian diaspora in the formulation, in the shaping of foreign policy of the country?
Yes, sir. Indian diaspora plays a important key role in making foreign policy of India, as also it is the largest diaspora in the world. So the economic policies that we make, we keep the Indian diaspora in forefront. For example, our foreign policy towards the West Asia is focused mainly on for the welfare of the Indian diaspora there and to get more remittances from there also. And secondly, in terms of political influence as well as in the free trade agreements that we are signing, so Indian diaspora plays a great role, sir.
We have been talking about Akhand Bharat,
Yes, sir.
large Bharat, Ashokan Empire.
Yes.
Ashoka fought Kalinga War
Yes, sir.
in Odisha. And then what happened?
Yes, then sir, lots of killings happened there, and Ashoka won, but then he changed from previously he was known as Chandashoka, so he was very ruthless before that, and after that it is said that he changed to Buddhism and he adopted a more peaceful approach.
Okay, so after embracing Buddhism, what happened? His kingdom collapsed, it declined.
No, it did not decline immediately. After his death, there was decline in his empire. So at that time, his army was there, but he only followed a peaceful approach. Like he appointed.
Had he not embraced Buddhism, what would have been the situation today?
So he could have conquered some more land after that. So actually at that time only Kalinga part was left, and after that he changed. So we cannot really predict what could have happened, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Prajanandan,
Yes, sir.
IFS is your second choice.
Yes, sir.
In Maldives, there was a fiasco actually regarding its finances. What exactly has happened there?
Sir, in recent times,
Yeah.
related to finance, sir. Sir, I'm not sure, sir.
You're not
but
sure.
is there China angle is there? The China has given lots of debt to Maldives for their project.
All right. There is something more
So
to it.
politically there is a regime change. So India out campaign was there, and the new regime is antagonist towards India.
No, it's all right.
Yes.
I said I have limited it to finance only. You know, monetary. Anyway, look into it.
Yes, sir.
How do you think that recently there was a naval exercise? Where did this naval exercise take place of many countries?
Sir, Milan exercise.
Hello?
Milan exercise, sir.
No, naval exercises took place recently in which Indian Navy was also involved. Where it took place, nearly 50 countries are participating in it.
Yes, sir. It is a Milan exercise. MILAN.
Milan.
So it is in Bay of Bengal, sir. I think.
No, you should be sure where it is being held.
Yes, sir. Sir, Bay of Bengal. Sir.
Are you sure?
Sir, I have to look into it.
Something happened on 23rd of August 2023 relating to space. Whole world was probably glued to the TV. What was that momentous?
Sir, Indian spacecraft landed. Chandrayaan 3 landed on the south pole of the moon.
Landed on the south pole of the moon.
Yes, sir. If I am not wrong, sir.
It landed near the south pole.
Near
of the
the
moon.
south pole. Yes.
So what is so great about it? It landed.
Sir, the south pole was not explored yet, and it was India took first step for landing in the south pole. And secondly, so South Pole has importance for this, that that part may have ice, or that part may have water also. And also the world is planning to extract helium from the moon, and South Pole may be the major source for
So,
it.
so these are
Yes.
will be looked into.
Yes.
Okay, good. Why is Mayurbhanj so famous in Odisha?
So Mayurbhanj is famous for various reasons. It is the largest district of Odisha. Then Simlipal National Park is there, and the melanistic tiger population is there, which is very rare. And Mayurbhanj is also famous for Chhau dance, and it is also famous for iron mines. And also it has like more than 50% population having Santal tribe, and also our president belongs from Mayurbhanj.
So does the collection of kendu leaves still continue in that area?
Yes, sir, it is continued.
And what happens to those leaves?
Sir, they are used to produce BD or something, like desi form of cigarettes. Sir.
What about the mines there?
So there are iron mines are there in Mayurbhanj. Apart from iron mines, there are China clay mines, and some other small mines are there. Minor minerals are there.
If you were to, travel from Kashmir, Srinagar
Yes.
to Rameswaram, what will be the route taken
By sir train or
by train?
sir Srinagar to Delhi, then Delhi to
Anyway, name the states which,
yes sir.
how we will reach Rameswaram. You are having geography.
Yes sir. From Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir to Punjab to Haryana, then to Haryana, then Rajasthan, then Madhya Pradesh, then from Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra, then Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, then Tamil Nadu.
Are you sure?
Yes sir.
Straight line, you will see how it will happen.
So this is the minimum states that we have
Since
to
you are
pass.
having geography.
Yes sir.
But anyway, tell me, what is the coastline of India, mainland, from where it starts and where it ends?
In western part, it starts from this Pakistan border, Sir
Pakistan border is how many kilometers?
Sir Creek, sir. SIR, Sir Creek. It starts from Sir Creek, then it goes towards
Sardi is where?
in Gujarat, sir, in Kutch.
Okay.
Then in eastern part, it ends near the Sagar Island in West Bengal.
And which are the, contours regarding the islands, coastline islands, Indian.
So there are many islands. Aliabet Islands in Gujarat. Then nearby Konkan there is Saint Mary Island, and Lakshadweep is there. And nearby Kerala there is this back channel water and some islands are there. And in eastern part, from north there is Sagar Island. Then near Chandipur there is Abdul Kalam Island, Wheeler Island, and then southern part.
Good. Which are the islands which India has given to its neighbors?
Kachatibu Island, yes, sir,
To
to Sri Lanka,
and
Coco Island to Myanmar.
okay, good.
These two, sir, and one was there near Bangladesh and India border, that is now submerged. So the name I am unable to recall the name.
And last question relating to your subject, that is geography.
Yes,
What are enclaves in Bangladesh? What do you mean by enclaves?
yes, sir. Enclaves is part of land of a country which is surrounded by the land of another country. So India, Bangladesh had more than 500 enclaves. So now it was settled in 2015, sir.
And what is that agreement called? Any idea?
India-Bangladesh Friendship Agreement,
It
Land Boundary Agreement.
It related to one of the major.
Yes, sir. 99th Constitutional Amendment.
Good.
Prajanandan,
Sir.
Mayurbhanj. Is a new game sanctuary recently been created in Mayurbhanj district?
A safari has been created.
Safari.
Yes, sir.
Safari.
Safari for this melanistic tiger.
You have lived in Mayurbhanj?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen a tiger?
I have not seen a tiger in Mayurbhanj.
You must have seen it in Nandankanan.
Yes, sir.
So have I. What is a Richter scale?
So Richter scale is used to measure earthquakes, sir.
Earthquake का क्या measure करते हैं?
Density, sir.
Density of earthquake?
Intensity, sir.
Intensity. How do you measure the intensity of an earthquake?
Sir, I am not sure. It is measured in log scale, sir. So, like if Richter scale is 7.
Logarithm of what?
Sir, I am not sure. Logarithm of the vibration, maybe, sir.
Vibration. What of vibration? Logarithm has to be a figure. You take a logarithm of a numerical figure. What is that figure?
Sir, I am not sure.
Amplitude, which corresponds to the intensity.
Yes, sir.
You are an engineer?
No, sir.
No.
MSc.
MSc, to take it as a science student.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between fission and fusion?
Fission is where large molecule is broken into smaller molecules and it produces energy. And fusion is where small molecules combine to become a bigger molecule and it also releases energy. So fission, for example.
Why energy is released from where?
For example, in fission, there is, for example, a large molecule like uranium, radioactive uranium, that breaks into plutonium and it releases energy. That E
it does
equal
not
to MC.
break into plutonium. I'm sorry, you are in MSc chemistry.
Sir, uranium.
Plutonium is heavier than uranium.
Yes, sir. So then it is reversed, sir. Plutonium gives uranium.
Not even reverse.
So I will look into it, sir.
All right, my question remains, where does this energy come from? Why do we indulge in fission and fusion? Why do we do that? There has to be some reason.
So like it is the nuclear energy that binds the molecules, so that is getting released and that produces energy. Also there is this equation E equal to mc square.
Yes, E is equal to mc square,
yes.
Where m is what?
M is the mass of the material, mass of the molecules, and c is the speed of light.
You are beating around the bush.
So m is mass.
And that is fine. But why do we get into this equation? M corresponds to what mass? That mass which is lost in the fission and fusion processes.
Yes.
Please try and remember your
yes, sir.
basic science.
Yes.
When two particles they break, some mass is lost. Right?
Yes, sir.
If X is divided into A and B, the combined mass of A and B is less than that of X. Where does this mass which is vanished, it goes into produce energy.
Yes.
Please try to remember.
Yes.
Left-wing extremism. Odisha was full of left-wing extremism. Even now, I mean, you will tell me, What is the current state of affairs?
Yes, sir. Currently, there is almost negligible incidents of left-wing extremism in Odisha, and the most backward part of Odisha, which was most affected by left-wing extremism, is Malkangiri, and particularly the isolated area that is called Swabhiman Anchal. Now that part is well connected with infrastructures like bridges and roads, and there is also significant presence of police forces as well as government machineries there.
Is Mayurbhanj also affected by LWE?
Yes, sir. At the peak of LWE, Mayurbhanj was also affected.
Now, no?
Now, sir, no, not at all, sir.
Big lake in Malkangiri.
Yes, sir. Chitrakonda,
It used to be a Muktanchal.
Swabhiman Anchal, sir. So that part was not accessible without taking the water, without taking boat. So now there is a bridge that has been made there. So that is called Gurupriya Setu. So now that part is well connected with the rest part of Odisha.
Is Odisha still part of a Bimaru state, or it has progressed and gone out of it?
Sir, in last 10 years, it has gone out of this Bimaru state category, and now it has also the highest, one of the highest growing rate in terms of GDP as well as per capita income, sir.
My last question to you. Who is the current chairman of the new Finance Commission?
I am not sure, sir. Sir, NK Singh was last chairman, so I am not updated about the new chairman.
Arvind Panagadia, right?
Yes.
It is which Finance Commission? Number
16th.
16. And what is the most important task in front of this Finance Commission?
So recently there has been a demand from the southern states for more allocation from the tax receipts. So that is one of the major challenge to satisfy to balance the population as well as the development aspects of different states.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi. Watching travel documentaries, like what?
Like ma'am, I watch the simple documentaries on YouTube, sir, where someone travels to different countries.
So where do you want to travel to?
I want to travel to the maximum part of the world that I can cover.
In one place, let's say you have no financial, hindrances. Where would you want to travel to?
Many places like
One.
Maybe Europe, something.
One place. Europe is a large.
One place I would like to climb up Mount Everest.
You want to go to Mount Everest, okay? And why do you want to do that?
I also like trekking and climbing mountains and going on hikes. So that only for pleasure, ma'am. It gives some kind of satisfaction.
Why Mount Everest?
It is the highest peak. And
So you basically are chasing the record, or
not for record, ma'am. Also the view from the Mount Everest is very good, and I have seen many videos also of climbers going there. I just want to experience it in my life.
But there's already overcrowding happening.
Yes, ma'am. Overcrowding.
The starting point itself is so overcrowded that Nepal is trying to come up with rules and regulations to control overcrowding at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
But with this kind of overcrowding, do you think the environment is getting or suffering?
Yes, ma'am. It is getting suffered. Also, recently there has been videos where lots of plastic wastes are coming out from the Everest base camp.
Let's come to international relations, right?
Yes.
You talked about Sir Creek in Sir's question. Do you know the problem with Sir Creek? That there's a border issue.
Yes.
Do you think it has been resolved?
No, I don't think it has been resolved yet, because there has been different claims of India and Pakistan. So Pakistan claims the center point, and India has this Thalweg concept is there. So India claims.
So India claims it. Correct. Now, if that is in India's favor, Siachen is solved.
Siachen is to some extent solved.
Okay.
Like till the most part of the Siachen glacier is now with India, but if we consider the POK aspect, so it is not solved yet.
POK aspect. So why haven't we taken the Sir Creek and Siachen and just resolved it once and for all? Why haven't we taken to the ICJ? POK, okay, but Sir Creek and Siachen, let's just go to ICJ and get the borders resolved.
The Sir Creek thing will be solved in the UN clause tribunal.
Wherever we can go to any of the arbitration councils, but why haven't we done that?
I'm not sure about this.
Okay. India has recently started buying crude oil again from Venezuela.
Yes.
Right. 3 years. So it's been a gap of 3 years, and that's because US had put sanctions on Venezuela. Do you know why US had put sanctions?
On Venezuela?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So US had put sanctions on Iran also, right? Why do you think India follows those sanctions? What is the compulsion on us?
Maybe because India has a lot of dealings, trade dealings with USA, and India doesn't want to. We have better relationship with USA compared to Venezuela and Iran. So, and USA has more strategic importance to India than these other countries. So,
But with Russia, we are absolutely challenging US.
yes, ma'am.
So why couldn't we do that with Iran or Venezuela? Why did we have to follow the sanctions?
Ultimately, I think it comes to national interest and our strategic interest. So, in Russia, USA case, we have our interest lies with Russia, and in USA and Iran, so it is more of a comparative thing. So, if we are getting more, if we are fulfilling our interest through USA, then we are following their sanctions.
I'm going to come back to your statement. Between US and Iran, who is a more strategic partner for us?
Overall,
So on one hand, we have defense,
yes,
which we can also buy from Russia. And on the other hand, we have Iran, where we buy a huge amount of petrol from. Which is basically, if you look at it, it's a cheaper version that we buy.
Yes, ma'am.
So who is, according to you, a more strategic partner for us?
Between Iran,
US and Iran.
USA, because if we violate their sanctions, so the CATSA Act will be applied, and that will bring sanctions to India. So in that way, India is giving respect to this CATSA Act also.
CATSA Act. But they did not put CATSA when we traded with Russia. We bought S-400 from
Yes.
there. They didn't put it on us.
Yes, India negotiated for this and got exemption for that.
Okay, my last question. Recently, the Munich Security Conference took place.
Yes.
Are you aware of it?
No, ma'am.
Right now, the Raisena dialogues are taking place.
Yes.
Are you aware of it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, these kind of dialogues, what purpose do they really have?
So these dialogues are being treated as track 1.5 diplomacy, where the officials engage in a semi-official or unofficial manners, and they do discussions and they do bondings also. So it takes relationships to a different level. So I guess in this time Raisina dialogue we have invited the Prime Minister of Greece and also many of the foreign ministers of different countries. So from this traditional way we are going towards a different way for dealing with countries, and I think it strengthens our relationship with different countries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prajanandan. Your interview is over. I would request you to go outside and wait for a few minutes. We'll call you. Prajanandan, so one thing I would like to caution you that since you are already in Odisha administrative service, the expectations of the UPSC board will be much higher from you than a normal aspirant who is not in any service. You have a fallback option, and this is your fourth attempt.
Yes, sir.
So the benchmark for assessment will be higher for you. They will have many things to ask you and they will assess you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So that you must be careful about. And they will, major part of the interview will revolve around your present job. So prepare yourself very well. What kind of job, any challenging job which you have performed, or any challenging situations which you have faced there. Who is your boss, DM, collector, or whatever.
Yes.
So be ready to answer that. And your even now hand holding is not a good sign.
Yes,
It's a sign of nervousness. So please keep your hands on the thighs
okay.
with your fingers like this, not very open, like this.
Okay, sir.
Don't you have been constantly fiddling with your fingers like this? It's not a good thing. It distracts the attention of the board. So better is this. And you must take care of your physical appearance, clean shaven.
Yes, sir.
You must go on that day. And don't go for any interview 1 week before the actual interview. Don't go for any mock.
Yes, sir.
Be your natural self. Instead, you utilize that time to enhance your knowledge base and analyze your depth and generate your own questions. What kind of questions you would expect from the UPSC? Prepare answers for those questions. Rehearse them. Talk to your friends in English. That will socialize with them. That will help you. Although your articulation is very, very good, confidence level also is very good, but still it will be better. Instead of going to the mock interviews, you interact with your friends in English. You have a habit of interrupting the board. Did you notice that? When you watch the video, you will realize. So don't interrupt the board. When the board is in the process of asking you questions, listen to the question very carefully. And if you don't understand the questions, please request the board to repeat the questions as you could not understand it. Instead of giving a blank answer, you have to be very clear about the questions. So listen to the question very carefully so that you give a correct answers. You don't give a wrong answers. Huh? And I think I should have started from your entry. Even now, when you entered the room, your entry was very casual. It should be, the moment you enter the chamber, interview chamber, whether it is mock interview or UPSC, the interview starts the moment you enter the chamber. Okay, they are watching you how you enter. You get my point?
Yes, sir.
So it should not be casual. It should be serious. It's a UPSC interview is a very serious and formal occasions. So you should be quietly. You sit there and then stand by the side of the chair. Then wish instead of you should be stand still. When you are greeting the board, good morning, sir, good morning, madam. Stand by the side of the chair. Then only you should, not while proceeding to the chair. That's a bad practice. And shoes are all right, but shoes with laces will be better. That is the normal. It should be formal
wear
thing.
is shoes with laces.
Sir.
That is it. So better change your shoes. Don't wear these casual shoes. It should be formal with laces. Black color is perfectly okay. That's all. We have to. There's nothing further to it.
Put some cream or oil in your hair. Comb it properly.
Sure.
This dry hair strands flying
Put some
here and
gel
there.
or something.
Any questions you want to ask?
No, sir.
Sometimes you are wearing a ring.
Yes, sir. I
They might
remember.
ask, no, they might ask you, you can wear the ring, there's no problem there if they permit you. But they can ask you some questions on this. What is this ring you are wearing? What is this?
Are you superstitious? Do you have faith in astrology? Something of that kind they might ask you. You are going to the UPSC for the first time, no?
No, second time, sir.
Second time. So, acha, earlier was 22.
Last year, sir.
Last year, how much was your score?
Sir, I got 154.
154. Which board did you
Chobe
appear?
sir score. Chobe sir score.
Okay. So, if there is any doubt, any questions in your mind?
Sir, last year I got 154. So, what can be expected from this kind of?
Aim for 194.
Sir, from current performance, what?
Yes,
can be
perfectly
the-
okay. You have to only.
The 154 you got. You must have made some analysis as to what had happened at that point of time.
Sir, they did not ask any question from DAP, and it was more on current affairs based.
No, not necessarily that questions will be asked
Yes, sir.
from you on DAF only. It can come from, did you, or on current affairs or certain things. You must have done some analysis at that point of time, if you remember correctly.
Yes, sir. Current affairs part I was bit low. Sir.
Acha, current affair you must read the newspapers every day. Keep yourself to date, and because there'll be more emphasis on contemporary issues. Current affairs you must be very thorough.
Yes, sir.
And they may ask you or they may not ask you from your DEF because there is no syllabus.
Yes.
In UPSC, there is no syllabus for the interview. So they can ask you anything. But more emphasis is laid on the current affairs. So you must be very careful. Keep reading the newspapers, keep discussing with your friends, and you will certainly do very well.
Which newspaper do you read?
Indian Express.
Add one more newspaper. Hindu or Times of India or Hindu is very informative. Read these two newspapers religiously till the morning of your interview,
So,
right? And pay particular emphasis on the editorial page because that carries articles, some in-depth analysis of the developments that will help you in answering questions from the current developments. Do that. It will help you. Especially on the morning of the interview, some member might just ask you, Praganan, have you seen today's newspaper?
sir.
What would Praganan say? Sorry, sir, I forgot. So you have to prepare yourself for that eventuality,
Yes, sir.
right?
One more suggestion and advice. You see, you have having geography.
Yes, sir.
In order to keep yourself and broaden your this thing, it may come regarding climate change, etc., related to geography. There are videos of Professor S.S. Ojha from Allahabad University, now probably renamed as Prayagraj University, I don't know. Very good thing, short ones are there. You can listen to it, spend some half an hour or so, 40 minutes. You will get a lot of overview of the whole thing.
Sure.
You need not go into a lot of details, but many of the things relating to this geopolitical aspect, etc., climate change, all these things is there.
Sure.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
StudyIQ IAS अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।